Good evening, Guyana. I am Delwyn Neblett with your HGPTV Sports Pulse for today, Tuesday, October 21, 2025. Caribbean sport leaders gather in Guyana for the CANOC AGM Workshop 2025. According to a press release dated October 18, 2025, 28 countries and more than 100 delegates from across the Caribbean and the international sporting community are being represented in Guyana this week as CANOC hosts its 23rd General Assembly and 13th Annual Workshop at the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. The sessions bring together key figures in regional and global sport, including Keith Joseph, the president of CANOC, Steve Stout, the honorary life president of CANOC, Jaminia Saldana, the secretary general of Panam Sports, Camilo Perez Lopez Moreira, the president of Odesur, Luis Mejia Oviedo, president of Centro Caribe Sports, Catherine Ford, the vice president of Tefisa, Dr. Donald Rouquet, the president of the Commonwealth Sport, Sandra Osborne, SCMSC, regional vice president of the Commonwealth Sport, and Dr. Roy McCree, dean of the Faculty of Sport at the University of the West Indies. This year's meetings highlight a theme, charting the future of authentic Caribbean sport, focusing on collaboration, good governance, and sustainable development across the region's sporting landscape. The two-day gathering follows the Olympic Solidarity Financial Management Workshop, supported by Panam Sports, which brought together 32 participants from 19 countries, reinforcing the shared commitment to transparency, accountability, and stronger financial governance within the Caribbean sport movement. Moving into football, 8 teams are now through to the quarterfinal of the 2025 Courts Optical Pee-wee Under-11 Championship as round of 16 action concluded at the Ministry of Education ground on Saturday. St. Pius Primary defeated Petaro Primary 2-1 as St. John the Baptist Primary also secured a 2-1 victory over Stella Maris Primary. St. Gabriel's Primary secured a 3-1 victory against Charity Primary on penalty kicks as Agatash Primary defeated North Georgetown Primary 3-2, also on penalties. West Randville Primary thrashed St. Teresa's Primary by a whopping 5-0, while Tugville Primary fought hard to secure a narrow 1-0 victory over GIA. In the highest scoring match of the day, Lenore Primary showed their dominance on the field as they demolished Marion Academy 6-0. The final match was a 1-0 victory for Redeemer Primary over Santa Rosa Primary. More in football action continued in the Guyana Football Federation's 2025 Blue Water Shipping Under 15 Girls National Secondary Schools Championship with 3 fixtures at the Richmond Ground in Linden and 6 fixtures at the National Training Center in Providence. In Linden, Charity Secondary and Abramsville Secondary played to a goalless draw as Warramuri Secondary won both of their games, defeating Abramsville 2-0 on the back of 1 goal each from Zabita Harris and Shanessa Thomas, and later defeating Charity 3-0 as Zabita Harris once again scored along with Erica Harris. In Providence, Marion Academy edged past Westminster 1-0 as Skylar Denobrega's strike was the difference between the two sides. Bartica would dominate against Vreden Hoop to win 3-0 as Narisma Williams scored twice and Verlerke Simon once. Bartica then thrashed Westminster 6-0 as Narisma Williams delivered a hat-trick, Khalees Williams scored a double, and Shaniza Daniels scored once. In games 4 and 5, Vreden Hoop held strong with back-to-back 0-0 draws against Marion and Westminster. Bartica would remain unbeaten as they secured a 3-0 victory over Marion in the final fixture. Advancing to the final 8 in this year's tournament will be Warramuri Secondary of Region 1, President's College of Region 4, Bushlot Secondary of Region 5, Bartica Secondary of Region 7, Anai Secondary of Region 9, Christianberg Wisma Secondary of Region 10, and Marion Academy of Georgetown. Still in football action kicked off in the 2025 Republic Bank Under-18 Schools Football League with 4 fixtures at the Ministry of Education ground on Sunday. The first match was a 2-1 victory for defending champions Chase Academic Foundation over Abramsville Secondary as Jocelyn Haley and Isaiah Eiffel each scored once in a winning effort. Match number 2 was a keenly contested 2-1 victory for the 3 Mile Secondary over West Rhymevelt as goals came from LeBron Mendonça and Joshua James in the comeback victory. South Rhymevelt Secondary also secured a 2-1 victory over President's College as cousins Tyrese Pemberton and Jaden Edwards each scored 1 goal. The final match was a commanding 2-0 victory for the Charlestown Secondary over Dolphin Secondary as Dilshawn Allen produced a brilliant double. We conclude tonight with cricket. The West Indies tour to Bangladesh resumed with the second of 3 ODIs at the Sherry Bengal International Cricket Stadium in Dhaka earlier today. In a nail-biting thriller that ended in a super over, the Windies bounced back to secure a one-run victory over the host in the most emphatic fashion. Winning the toss and batting first, Bangladesh were limited to 213 for 7 off of the allotment of 50 overs. Sumya Sarkar top scored with 45 from 89 as Rashad Hussain scored a blistering 39 from 14 and the captain Mahidi Hassan Miraz added 32 from 58. Gudakish Moti picked up 3 for 65 for the West Indies as both Alec Athanaze and Akil Hussain claimed 2 wickets each in a record-breaking innings that saw the Windies bowl a full complement of 50 overs, utilizing only spinners. When the Windies responded, they too would reach exactly 213 for 9 from 50 overs as the captain Shea Hope once again showed his class to remain unbeaten on 52 from 67 and Casey Carty added 35 from 59. Rashad Hussain was once again among the wickets, taking 3 for 42 to back up his 6-4 in the previous match, as Tanvir Islam picked up 2 for 42. The match then had to be decided by a super over. Batting first, the Windies scored 10 for 1 and then limited Bangladesh to just 9 as Akil Hussain held his nerve to deliver a one-run victory and leveled the 3-match series heading into the final fixture on Thursday. That's it for this edition of the HGPTV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblett reminding you to stay in the game.